can get to turtle and I can turn back in, that gives me the opportunity to hit the sit-through. Sit-through is really great. But I have to be aware the moment that I start to turn towards them, they're going to try and give me the crossface, for sure. So we're going to avoid the crossface by giving a little bit of a wag. Now, we talked about the wag the tail last week, which is that hip movement. Not only am I going to rotate my hips towards his hips, but I'm also going to pull my hips back. That's really going to play with the space where the crossface comes in, and instead of my head being in this space, I'm really going to try and crowd underneath. Now, I'm going to do it slow so you can kind of see what's going on, but the sit-through dynamic is still very similar, okay? So I'm here, he shredded my guard, that's a problem. I turn, and I've turned my head all the way underneath. You see that moment that I spun my hips. Then from here, I'll just sit directly into the sit-through. A good training partner will try to go get that crossface, but don't knock their teeth out while we're trying to drill it. The more proficient that you get at it, you're going to find that it's easier to hide that. Now, the next move that we're going to do is the hot dog roll when they do hit the crossface. So if you get caught by the crossface, that's normal, but try to avoid it through this movement. So specifically, again, watch my hip movement. So I'm here, he shredded, I turned, I stuck my hips back at the same time. Now you can see, come on over here, hug the hip. Here comes that crossface, I'm ducking my hips underneath. One, still sitting through, and all the way to the back. Let's look at a couple of different angles. Over here, big guy. So I'm here, I made a mistake, he cut, I bridged out, and sucking my hips back. Bang, still all the way through to the sit-through. Do you need to see this? One more time. Make sense?
Yes.
Hips back as well as rotation. It's a funky movement, but it's really actually good at avoiding the crossface. If you get caught by the crossface, that's the next move. Don't stress. Let's get in trouble. And it's because our training partner is being too nice. Okay? Can you put your head over here? Good. You know this move, right? Yeah. So here's what's happening. The person's cutting. First of all, they're cutting slow. Cutting slow doesn't help your partner, right? Cut through, he bridges out, and then you sit like this, and it's like you feel like there's all this space, and you got to kind of like scurry back forward. Don't. What is this? What are we doing here? We're punting, right? We're bridging out because our guard got beat for a moment. I don't know about you, but if somebody cuts and then I bridge out and they don't move, cool, I'll reset. I'll push you, right? I'm not going to go back underneath you. That doesn't make any sense. So a good training partner is going to suck that space up and try to either cross face you or grab a hold of your head and arm, right? Head and arms, anacondas, all that stuff is a big thing. So you need to be wagging, but you shouldn't have to be driving so far to suck that space up because they're going to suck that space up. And here's what I mean. Rather than doing it like that, go ahead and cut. When I cut through, he should, nope. Right? I'm not going to drive back in. You know what you're doing now? Yeah. Okay. He's just trying to be a good training partner. Yes! Yes! And you see that space was crowded, right? My head hit the stomach, my head hit the thigh. That's where all that ankle lift knee tap comes in. That's where the sit-through comes in. That's where all of the hot dog roll, all the things we worked on last week come in. But that person on top, you need to suck up the space. Be a good training partner, move forward and try to cross space, but don't try and knock their teeth through their face. Just suck up the space. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. 1, 2.